Video coverage of IT Expo is brought to you by Content Boost, the content marketing specialists. Amplify your sales today.
Welcome everyone, this is Carl Ford. I am in the IT Expo TMC Net newsroom here in Miami. It is a lovely day it's turned out to be, and I feel sorry for all you guys who are watching in the frozen tundra. I'm here with my pal, Ray Pasquale. Ray, just out of curiosity, young man, how cold is it at home?
12.
12. Okay, so we're lucky we're here right now.
Exactly.
Now, talk about open office, and particularly, but let's kind of set the stage first. You know, the S&B market's got a lot of challenges going on right now. You want to explain what you see in the marketplace?
So we talked about a year ago about why Unified Office came into being in the first place, which was to unify all these BYOD devices, right, that everybody uses today, tablets, iPhones, what have you. But what's more important is kind of the small business guy these days. When we find small business between 5 and 499 employees, been served by technology that's probably been obsolete now for 10 to 15 years, the old-fashioned PBX. And that market was disrupted by what I would call a cloud voice over IP provider, of which there are many. So we simply move those class 5 features from the premise into the cloud, right? Well, along came the tablet category from Steve Jobs, a much more mobile workforce, and you can't solve today's problems in the SMB, in particular, with yesterday's technology. So what we wanted to do at Unified Office was to create a service that was easy to use, that would run on a device of your choice, that had all the kind of quality and dependability of the old-fashioned phone network that you and I used to use back in the day, with all the innovation that voice over IP can provide and create that almost perfect experience. We like to call it taking imperfect parts of the internet and creating a perfect outcome. It's kind of wordy stuff, but at the end of the day, I think that's the disruption that's needed over the next 10 years, and that's what we're endeavoring to do. And the SMB is challenged by a consumer that fundamentally behaves differently today. They buy things differently, they use different tools to buy things differently. It's a much more real-time world that we live in. And frankly, if you can create a service provider like Unified Office that can adapt on their behalf to fit this new world, then I think we've done something.
Okay, now, amongst those challenges that they have, is the fact that, way back when I had a desk phone at my desk, I had a laptop, now I'm sitting there, I may do a tablet, I may have a smartphone. The desktop has kind of disappeared. And one of the benefits of working with you guys is you kind of create, an open office. Go figure, you actually named yourself properly for my experience of no longer having kind of the clutter on the desk, and it really goes with me wherever I am.
Correct.
So the question is the use case. Are you finding that internal phone calls and the ability to use intercom and the ability to basically kind of manage everybody regardless of where they are is driving a lot of the discussion with your customers?
Well, it is. It's not so much the customers that come to this realization on their own. It's the reseller that's in the middle, the person that services these customers. We're starting to see the development of a new class of reseller. I call them a new breed of reseller called a cloud service provider. These guys are expert now in all manners of IT, services, cloud storage, CRM consulting. Mm-hmm. Now they're being asked to go out and create the unified communications for the small business. So, the services that were available only to the GEs of the world are now moving down market into the, the 10 to 100 club, but they don't know it yet, Carl. It's the reseller that has to sort of evangelize. Did you know you could do this?
Right.
We've got various case studies that would tell you that when you become a Unified Office customer, the first 30 to 45 days, they want the same old push buttons that they had in that old phone. Okay, well, once you give that to them, and then they see me walking around with my tablet or my little Pebble smartwatch, we can talk about wearable tech.
Yep.
But being able to integrate all these things into a seamless communications experience with the attendant quality, they start to change their behavior in ways that they knew they had to, but didn't know they could.
Right. Right. And I remember the old stat that 70% of the phone calls were internal to a corporation. All the stuff that you have to do talking to each other. Right. And one of the things that strikes me as important with you guys is the fact that you know, you get the feature benefit that you don't get with just dialing each other directly on a smartphone. You know, you get the ability to actually tie things together and make it so that the workflow is much more cohesive. So,
yeah, but you know, it's still, even that statistic still may very well be true today. But you know, the typical office, Carl, as you know, are people in different geographies.
right.
You know, our company is the classic case for a unified office. We work out of our homes. We've got 2 offices in New Hampshire. And when I'm traveling like I do often down here or to Las Vegas or whatever, these various events, my office it's in my pocket, it's in my tablet in the hotel room. So it's a whole different paradigm today, and it's the way companies are built. And the old-fashioned desktop is like the Swiffer and the Mop commercial, the metaphor you came up with a year ago. That's still very much true. And the beauty of it is that once you start to see our customers use Unified Office to its fullest, they really start to take off with it. And it's a very interesting thing to watch.
Right. You can't see it right now, but the Cat 5 cable's trying to find its home here. So that's right. The Swiffer part. The little thing is going to be irrelevant soon because we've just changed and gone leapfrog ahead.
And we want to build a service that conforms to your way of doing business, not forcing you to adopt our behavior as a company.
Mm-hmm.
And so, an illustration of that is we built applications that, and I think you've seen one of these before, the ones that we built it on HTML5, a virtual receptionist panel and a dashboard that allows me as an office manager to be home sick with my kids, still manage the phone system no matter if this virtual company or this brick and mortar company remotely, just by touching a few buttons on my iPad or my laptop. So it's creating a service that conforms or forms to you and is always going to be relevant. You'll never be obsolete the day you buy it.
Yeah, I like the flexibility, and I know you don't want to talk it anymore because it was hard for you to get it done, but the fact that you figured out how to make it so that the Bogan systems in the school system could work, I know it was a hard thing for you guys to do, but I thought that was very cool.
It took us
that
3
you
hours.
showed that flexibility that you could interface to the legacy. Anyway, Ray, it's been great. If people want to reach you guys, how do they find Open Office?
Unified Office?
Unified Office. God
You just
damn.
renamed my company, folks, at www.unifiedoffice.com.
I'm sorry, Open Office is that other company that remained anonymous, Oracle.
There you go. Excellent.
Unified Office.
Thanks, Carl.
Video coverage of IT Expo is brought to you by Content Boost, the content marketing specialists. Amplify your sales today.